7,200 years ago, a woman pressed milk through clay on the Dalmatian coast. Last year, the global dairy industry generated $1.04 trillion, selling you something that requires 47 ingredients to survive a shelf. The original needed 3. This video explores history, archaeology, and published research. It is not medical or nutritional advice. Always consult your healthcare provider. This is the story of the oldest food technology on Earth, older than bread, older than wine, older than the wheel, and how it was made to disappear. The archive opens on the Dalmatian coast. 7,200 years ago, a woman kneels beside a clay vessel. The fire has burned low. Milk warms in a shallow pot over the last embers. She has done this before. Her mother did this before her, and her mother before that. She waits. The milk thickens. The curds rise, white, soft, trembling in the way like small clouds. She reaches in with both hands, lifts the curds onto a piece of woven cloth, gathers the corners, twists, presses. The whey runs between her fingers, warm, pale, golden. She rubs salt into the surface, coarse salt, ground from stone. The salt draws out moisture. The salt stops decay. The salt preserves. The salt remembers. In 2018, researchers at Penn State University found lipid residue in pottery fragments from this coast. Fermented dairy, soft cheese, 7,200 years old, the earliest evidence of cheese-making ever documented in Europe. But she was not the only one. The archive turns. Poland. 5,500 years before the Common Era. In the plains of Kujawia, archaeologists found perforated pottery. The holes were not random. They were designed, shaped for one purpose: to drain whey from curds. Cheese strainers, the oldest kitchen tool for a food that would outlast the civilization that made it. Mesopotamia, 3rd millennium before the Common Era. Sumerian tablets describe more than 20 types of cheese. Cheese as temple offering, cheese as tax payment, cheese as soldier ration. A food so valuable it was counted like currency. Xiaohe, northwestern China, 1980 to 1450 before the Common Era. Kefir cheese, buried alongside mummies in the Tarim Basin. In 2024, scientists at the Chinese Academy of Sciences sequenced the DNA of that cheese. They identified Lactobacillus caeferenofaciens, a bacterium still alive in kefir grains today. 3,600 years later. Egypt, 1,200 years before the Common Era. The tomb of Ptolemies, a high-ranking official. Inside a broken jar, a solidified white mass, cheese, 3,200 years old. And then, ancient Israel. In the heart of Jerusalem, the historian Josephus described a valley. Tyropoion, from the Greek, tyros, cheese, polio, to make. The Valley of the Cheesemakers, 5 civilizations, no contact, no shared language, no trade route connecting them. The same discovery: milk plus time plus salt equals survival. They did not invent fermentation. They observed it. They did not create the bacteria. They partnered with them. And one civilization left a record more detailed than any archaeological dig. First Book of Samuel, chapter 17, verse 18. David, before he was king, before Goliath, before the Psalms, receives an order from his father Jesse. Carry 10 loaves of bread to your brothers at the front, and 10 cheeses to their commander. 10 cheeses to a military commander. In a time of war, the gift you send a general is not gold, not weapons, not silver. Cheese, the future king of Israel, the man who would write the Psalms, the man from whose line the scriptures say the Messiah would come, crossed a valley with 10 wheels of cheese under his arm. That image alone should change the way you see this food. In the heart of Jerusalem, Josephus described the valley of Tyropoion. Not the valley of goldsmiths, not the valley of priests, not the valley of soldiers, the valley of the people who pressed milk through cloth. Jesus walked through that valley every day. The smell of fresh curds, the sight of white wheels drying in the sun, the sound of women pressing cloth with their hands. Genesis, chapter 18, verse 8. Abraham, the father of nations, served curds and milk to 3 strangers. The patriarch of 3 world religions served cheese to angels. If knowledge like this should not stay buried, subscribe to this channel. We opened files that were closed for a reason. But here's the detail that changes everything. In 2022, a study published in Nature revealed something extraordinary. Virtually all Neolithic Europeans were lactose intolerant. Their bodies could not process raw milk. The enzyme that breaks down lactose, lactase, switched off after infancy. This was the biological default for nearly every human on the continent. And yet, cheese was a staple of their diet for thousands of years. How? Fermentation. Bacteria, lactobacillus, consume the lactose in milk and convert it to lactic acid. The process eliminates approximately 98% of the lactose. The same process acidifies the environment, creating conditions hostile to harmful bacteria. Salt draws out moisture, slowing decay further. Salt plus acid plus time. That was the refrigerator of the ancient world. In 2024, researchers sequenced DNA from 3,600-year-old cheese found with mummies in China. They identified Lactobacillus cephalofaciens and Pichia kudryavzevi, species still found in kefir today. Fermented foods contain up to 10,000 times more microorganisms than fresh food. 2/3 of the world's population is still lactose intolerant. The ancient world solved that problem with clay and salt. We are still selling the solution in capsules. So what happened? How does a technology older than writing vanish from your kitchen? Pasteurization saved lives. That is not in dispute. Before mandatory pasteurization, milk-borne illness killed thousands. Tuberculosis, typhoid, scarlet fever. The regulation was necessary. The science was clear. But pasteurization does not distinguish between harmful bacteria and beneficial ones. It kills everything. The lactobacillus that made cheese alive for 7,000 years, gone. The enzymes that aided digestion, gone. The living cultures that turned milk into medicine, gone. And then the timeline begins, 1949. The FDA introduces the 60-day aging rule. Any cheese made from raw milk must age at least 60 days before sale. 1987. The FDA bans the interstate sale of raw milk. 2014. The FDA bans the import of 3 European raw milk cheeses after quietly lowering acceptable bacteria levels years earlier, without informing the cheesemakers. Today, 20 states still prohibit the sale of raw milk in some form. France has 1,200 traditional cheese varieties, many from raw milk, legal, celebrated, protected by law. The United States has almost none. The global dairy market, $1.04 trillion. Marketing budget for a 3-ingredient cheese that needs no factory, no brand, no refrigeration, and no cold chain? 0. For 7,200 years, every civilization that touched milk discovered the same formula. 3 ingredients. No factory, no brand, no expiration date, and no profit margin. That is not a flaw. That is the reason it disappeared. Not because the cheese was dangerous, because the cheese was free. If this kind of investigation deserves to exist, share this video with someone who remembers. A woman in Latin America writes, "My mother made cheese this way. No refrigerator. It lasted months." She is one of more than 20 people who said the same thing. A 79-year-old woman writes, "I grew up watching my mother make cheese. I still carry the recipes in my memory at my age." Another writes, "My parents made cheese and there was no refrigerator. It lasted a long time." These are not historians. These are witnesses. In the Jordan Valley, Bedouin women still press milk through cloth and store cheese in brine. The same hands, the same salt, the same patience. 2,000 years, and the recipe has not changed. Because it did not need to change. In the mountains of Sardinia, in the villages of Lebanon, in the kitchens of rural Greece, the method survives. Always at the margins, always outside the system. The places the industry has not yet reached. But the last generation that remembers is still alive. In 15 to 20 years, this knowledge, passed from mother to daughter for 7 millennia, will exist only in archives, unless someone records it now. And so, we record it. Here, now. The recipe. You need 4 things. 1 liter of whole milk, not ultra-pasteurized. This matters. Ultra-pasteurized milk has been heated to 135 degrees Celsius. The proteins are too damaged. The curds will not form properly. Look for milk that says only pasteurized. If you can find raw goat milk, that is the closest to what they used 7,000 years ago. 1/4 cup of white vinegar, or the juice of 2 fresh lemons. This is your acid. In the ancient world, they used whey from the previous batch, dried thistle flowers, or rennet from a young goat's stomach. Vinegar does the same work. 2 teaspoons of sea salt, not table salt, sea salt. The kind that still has minerals, the kind that still remembers the ocean. A piece of cheesecloth, or any clean fine weave fabric. Heat the milk slowly, just below boiling. Stir gently so it does not scorch. Add the acid. Slowly. Stir once, and watch. In seconds, the milk begins to separate. White curds rise to the surface, floating in a pale, almost transparent liquid. The whey. Let it rest 10 minutes. Line a strainer with cloth, pour gently. The curds collect. Sprinkle salt over them. Gather the corners of the cloth. Twist, squeeze. The whey runs out, warm, golden. Press the bundle into a bowl. Set something heavy on top. A plate with a jar of water. Leave it for 2 hours or overnight. Unwrap it. A wheel of white cheese, dense, firm, slightly crumbly at the edges. To store it the ancient way. Dissolve 3 tablespoons of salt in 4 cups of water. Place the cheese in a jar. Pour the brine until the cheese is covered. Seal. It keeps for 2 weeks. Every day in that brine, it becomes firmer, saltier, more complex. Do not throw away the whey. It is alive with lactobacillus. Use it in bread dough, in smoothies. Dilute 1 part whey to 6 parts water and use it to feed your garden. Rich in nitrogen. In the ancient world, nothing from this process was wasted. The moment you press the cloth, and the whey runs between your fingers, you are doing exactly what a woman did on the Dalmatian coast. 7,200 years ago. The same motion, the same pressure, the same transformation. You are not making cheese. You are remembering. 3 ingredients: milk, salt, time, no factory, no machine, no brand, no patent, just hands. The same hands that have done this since before the pyramids, since before the alphabet, since before anyone knew the word bacteria, but everyone knew what it did. The archive closes, but the salt remembers. And now, so do your hands. Subscribe to the Green Archive. We excavate the knowledge they made you forget. Every file we open was closed for a reason.